Hey, welcome to another Monday night here at Near Nirvana YouTube channel. This is Team Nerd Herd Cover Lovers. When we bring you this week's incentives, not exclusives tonight, just incentives. So we'll give you a selection of some incentives and see what you guys think. We'll give them a good look through and give us our opinion. And that's that. That's that simple. So my name is West Coast Big Rob, and I'm here with. Oh, you're on mute, Jeff. Yeah, you're not. There's no audio. You're muted, or you're.
Hello.
There you go.
There he is.
Oh,
Jeff
I gotta get used to doing this again, huh?
Hey, all right.
Come on, brother.
What's going on? Lucky I didn't have to work today. After work.
Ooh.
Oh, you have the holiday off, huh?
No. I worked today. I just didn't have to work on my second job.
Yeah. Well, you got a kind of a holiday off.
It's not really the same thing, but okay.
Not really the same thing because I still got to work the same amount of days throughout the week. So yeah, it's all good. It is good to be back. I don't know if I'm gonna remember how to do this, so I'll watch you guys do some things and talk about things, and then I'll see if I can catch up.
It'll be like the Super Bowl, everybody.
Yeah, I'll be fine, dude.
No one was catching up on that game.
Jeff will be Kansas City, forgetting how to play.
Hey, I'm not. Don't put me in that category.
Getting sacked every 35 minutes.
It was a good game.
Or intercepted, either way.
All right. Below me is Vaping.
Me, Mike, and Deo back there. Deo away from where you are, painting rocks back there. There he is. Yes.
Deo.
We're good. Everybody was sick this weekend, and now we're all good. So it's a good Monday for once, where I feel human and all is well. It's good. And I haven't seen a single cover this week, so everything will be a surprise.
Nice.
Cool. All right. I'll take care of it, Jeff. Just relax, enjoy. I don't want to.
There we go. There we go. The Eagles are also playing.
All right, so let's do some banners here. So it's use code Nirvana14 for 30 days, unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. So go to coverprice.com. If you want to try the service, just type in the code Nirvana14, and it gives you the first 30 days for 99 cents. So pretty good deal, pretty good interface for keeping track of your books. Check out coverprice.com. Also stop by Bird City Comics and type in the code TNH10 for 10% off your purchase over there at birdcitycomics.com. So TNH10, 10% off your purchase at birdcitycomics.com. And also don't forget, stop by thiswiggeek.com and type in the word Team Nerd on your first purchase of their displays over there, and get save 10% off at thiswiggeek.com. And I'll also gotta thank our resident horseman there, Santee Rudy #1, Rudy, and also to thank our Beats Master, our DJ Beats by Monster on IG. I am going to take us to the comments. This hi to the folks who are actually commenting here. We're with us live worldwide here on YouTube. You got GT Comics with the thumbs, and always first to the chat, GT. And iGirl, he's like you there, Jeff. It's a rough day at work. Okay, today was officially one of the longest training working days. Longest. I hope we have some fire covers to pull zombies that I'm in. Yeah, I think we got some pretty good covers. Trish. Or Patricia. Hey, Trish, what's going on? And David Lopez. Good evening. And still chilling is always chilling, yo. And Real Big Comics, nice. Caught the live show. Hey, it's always cool when you can actually catch when you're watching YouTube live for once in a while, right? So that's actually a cool thing to do. And I think that's it for the chat. We'll say hi, folks, as they walk in and walk out, and say bye. So that's it. Any other thoughts, fellas? Any other comments, Jeff? Or any? I haven't seen you in a minute, Jeff. So any comments?
Work sucks.
Yes, it does, sir. Yes, it does.
That sums it up.
That's all I got.
All right, then we'll start off with that optimistic view of the world and Team Nerd cover lovers. Let's see what we got for our first cover. I'm gonna work it different than Alonso. Alonso likes to do this last. I want to do this first. This is the Mark Brooks animated style Virgin covers. This is a large selection this week. I pulled all these off Midtown. We gotta pick what's our favorite, folks. Here, what's our favorite Mark Brooks animated style Virgin covers? Mike, I'm gonna start with you.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot to digest in a brief second. Let me see if I can blow these up a little bit. Hold on. How do I do that? Can I do that? I guess I can do that like that. Okay. Absolutely not on the. I hate the Hulk one. I really hate the Hulk one.
You don't like Ballerina there, Incredible Hulk?
Not really, no. I do like the Laura Kinney part of the second one, but yeah, no, the Mystique is cool on the next one. What's that other character next to Mystique?
That's Mojo and
Destiny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yep. I can't believe that I like this one the best, but I think I like the Gambit and Rogue one the best.
The chat's with you, man.
I actually really like that one. Oh, are they? Because I can't see the chat right now. I'm so blown up. Yeah, I think the Rogue and Gambit one's the best one. It's got some personality. I don't know. I like both. The way both characters are drawn. The other ones all seem to have like one thing I don't like and one thing I do like. So that's the only one that I like all of. So I'm going with that one.
Uncanny X-Men number 10, the Rogue and Gambit.
Yep.
I agree. I think that's the best one. Jeff, thoughts?
Well, first, these are very Disney-fied superheroes here. And also, it kind of gives me that old vibe of, remember Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon? It kind of gives me that vibe as well.
Yeah, it does kind of have that style to it.
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, you're right.
I'm not upset at it. But there are some that are just like a little over the top. Like the X-Force one is a little over the top on the girls pretty much have the same face. But I think I'm gonna have to agree with you guys. I do like the Rogue and Gambit, but that's probably also a bias. I like Rogue and Gambit, period. Anyways,
yeah, I have the same bias.
I don't mind the She-Hulk, but the Hulk is kind of. I think this works well with the females. I don't know if it necessarily works well with the guys. Is that Warpath or?
No, that's
weapon.
Warbird.
That's it. Thunderbird, right?
We're all wrong. Thunderbird or Warbird?
There is a Warbird, but that's not Warbird. I actually don't mind Forge either, but the overall I would probably pick the X-Men number 10. Mojo's whatever.
Are there are trade dress versions of these, right?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so. There is. Yeah, these are 1 in 50s.
This is nuts. Like if you can, like, there's no point in getting the virgin ones because there's a spot for the trade dress.
Well,
there's enough space above each character that they could put the trade dress.
Could you imagine how much it would cost you to try to collect these at 1 in 50s? That's crazy.
Yeah, you're flexing. You're balling. You're just showing off. Yeah, I'm all at this point.
Yeah, but you're showing off a losing hand, so I don't know.
A losing hand. Calm down, sir. Calm down. All right.
So you just look like a douche if you do that. You're like, yeah, nice way to waste all your money, asshole. Good job. Well done.
Good job, dummy.
Yeah, there's so many good books that you can buy for $50 each. Right? A lot of key books, a lot of older books. That's just my take on that, though.
All right, so it looks like the Uncanny X-Men number 10, the Rogue and Gambit, is the winner here.
It's the big winner. Yep.
Yeah, that's the winner. So the chat agrees with you as well. So let's move on to our next slide here at Cover Lovers. A couple of Ultimate Wolverines. Ultimate Wolverine number 1, the second printing, 1 in 50. and Ultimate Wolverine number 2, the 1 in 25. They're both coming out this week. The 1 in 50, I'm sorry, the Wolverine number 1 is by Alessandro Capuccio, and the Wolverine number 2 is by Yasmin Putri. Jeff, we'll start with you.
Well, first, I'd like to congratulate you for not putting the face of the artist, because then we won't have any mistakes of accidentally leaving the wrong person up there.
I just didn't have the time, bro.
And it gives us more real estate to see more of the cover too.
That too. Wow. The design stuff doesn't really work for me unless it's like concept, because I mean, we see the character, like we're gonna see that character on the way it's drawn, or the outfit and everything throughout the books. So that's nothing special to me. Although I just bought the Into the Spider-Verse number 2, or Edge of Spider-Verse number 2 design. That's just because I wanted to complete the set. But the design of the Wolverine is, I mean, it's okay, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been away for a while, that design of that Wolverine is actually not the first time I've seen that Wolverine. I'm pretty sure I've seen like a similar design of that Wolverine in another, X-Men Wolverine book.
Probably right.
I'm not sure if it was like a multiverse book or
what if kind of a thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was like that, but I'm pretty sure I've seen a close design to this. I do dig that he has the Canadian star on there. I'm pretty sure that's what that is supposed to be.
The Canadian leaf.
Oh shit! I didn't even notice that.
I think that's what it's supposed to be, or at least it's like a representation. It's a big old red star right across his chest. I do like the Putri a little bit more, just because it has a different feel to it. Like, I'm not saying it's like perfect art or anything, but I do like the action on it. I do like the what is it? The sparks coming off of his claws. It's a little dark, a la like what's that artist always? It's always too dark, but he does really good.
Matina.
Delato
Delato too, but Matina's even worse.
Yes. So I mean,
they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it kind of works here. I like it looks like there's bullets zipping past him and it's ricocheting off his claws. So I kind of dig all of that action. And it's a 1 in 25, so it's cheaper. Yeah, I would probably go with the Putri.
Hi.
Hey.
Let's say hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
Let me move the camera down so everyone can see your beautiful face.
He's a little short.
It's Mini Deo.
Basically, yes. They're like carbon copies.
Yeah, so I picked, and you know what the funny thing is I do dig a black cover, just because it is, just for the hunt, it's difficult to find a good, clean cover. A lot of times you're going to have issues with black covers. So I like the hunt to find a perfect black cover.
Did I say monitor? I might have. It's very possible I said monitor.
Go ahead, Mike.
First thing is, Marvel 2010 called. They want their covers back. Like, Jesus, these look like the things I used to hunt like 15 years ago. But although I never liked the design variants, I always thought they were kind of a shitty, lazy way out for an incentive. But what happened to them being 1 in 10s? Like, they were almost acceptable when they were 1 in 10s.
How is it a 1 in 50?
Not acceptable to have it be a 1 in 50. No way. So that's out. The Putri is actually not a bad cover. It's a little bit confusing artistically. I mean, I know what's happening and I know what's where and all that kind of thing, but it's just a little much going on. It does look a lot like a Delato, actually. It looks a lot like those the ones that he does with pastel on black paper. So as a result, it like Jeff said, it's a little dark, but it's definitely the winner. But for me, both of these are a pass. This whole look is just tired. Marvel, you need to inject something new into your covers. This is This is old, tired, static to me.
Mike, it's just not just a 1 in 50; it's a 1 in 52nd printing.
Oh,
Kiss
Jesus.
my ass.
Yeah, I didn't even see that till just now. Yeah, that makes it even more out. I don't support that whole thing anyway. We talked about this last time, whatever last time was 2 weeks ago.
And that's our usual soapbox.
It is, but it's a soapbox worth being on. I mean, it's an awful money grab, and it's a way to really like take people to the cleaners. I don't like
Dilutes the market too.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. If you're gonna do that, stop giving us a shit cover. If you're gonna really make people buy 50 copies of a second printing of something, give them something worth getting, for God's sake.
Yeah, I was surprised they did this for a 1 in 50.
Yeah, they already have these concept drawings already before they create the characters, right? This is all normal stuff, and they just go, oh, you know what? Let's make it like a sticker and just put it on this cover here. And
because I mean, think about it. There have been times where we've all gone to our LCSs and we've all asked the owners, "Hey, dude, I will literally buy 50 copies of that book at cost from the distributor from Diamond if I can get the 1 in 50. Like, you like the book so much, you're willing to pay for all 50 fucking copies."
I know people like that.
That's what you should make me do on a book like this, a second printing like this. I should want to buy 50 copies of this book just to get it. That's how good it should be.
I agree with you, fellas. The Poochie is the best cover. It's kind of a cool cover. Let's move on. Next slide. More X-Men for you. More Wolverine. We got a Weapon X-Men #1, the 1 in 25. I forgot to put the damn artist. And X-Men 132, the 1 in 25.
Let's see if we can guess the artists.
I think this one is Asian.
Is it Jiang?
I'll look it up real quick. But you guys go ahead. Mike, start it off.
I actually kind of don't mind the one on the left, the one that sort of looks like a 90s cover. It's sort of fun. It's all out of proportion. It's sort of silly. But maybe it's giving me the feels of on the correct book for some reason. The other one's way too smooth and digital for me. I actually hate it. And you can't just slap on vintage trade dress and hope that it gets the vintage fans. Like, you got to make the art look vintage. You got to make the cover look vintage to make that work. And it just doesn't work for me. So the whole concept of the one on the right just doesn't do it for me. Neither one of them are a purchase for me, but if I had them both in my hand and I had a gun to my head and was told I had to take one home, I might actually not feel so bad about taking the one on the left home. It's just sort of fun and kind of like a Sam Keithy kind of a way.
That's Gleb Milnikov.
Gleb Milnikov. Okay.
Yeah, and the one on the right.
God bless you.
And the one on the right is Young Yoon.
Okay. Yeah, it does. The left one does feel a little Liefeld, but I don't know. Liefeld when he's good, in quotes. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing, but
well, there's no feet, so it's very Liefeld.
Very Liefeld, yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I just kind of like it. It's the right book to have that style on because it's what we remember from '90s X-Men looking like in a lot of ways. So it's good. It's good, not great. It's not an incentive, certainly. B cover level, but way better than the Yoon or whatever it was.
Yeah, the Molnikov for Mike there, the Weapon X #1. Jeff, which one do you like?
See, I wonder if all these digital covers are do the newer generation of comic book collectors actually go for those kind of covers? Because it's like a new age digital kind of thing. I'm not sure. I'd actually like to know that question, answer.
Yeah, we're all old, get off our lawn kind of guys over here, so we're not sure.
Maybe.
What are the kids saying these days? What are the kids saying?
I mean, as a group, we do like some digital covers. As long as it's not, like you said, overly smooth, overly
glossy.
Yeah, it's not realistic enough. It's just over the top.
Yeah.
So of course I dig the old corner box and I don't mind the trade dress for X-Men, but for this kind of cover, when you do that kind of overly digitized, smooth stuff, like why didn't you get the trade dress to kind of match that vibe, that artistic, choice?
Or put that
feels-
Artgerm filter over it.
Yeah.
Put the that vintage filter that he does, where everything looks like it's little dots.
Yes.
Oh, the Campbell.
Yeah, the Campbells. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it looks so it clashes so much.
Agreed.
The Weapon X-Men, I was feeling like it's very Sam Keith-ish, very 90s. I mean, that is one stocky boy.
Yeah.
I mean, super stocky. But I do like it when Wolverine looks like short and stocky. That's the original kind of Wolverine that I've always liked.
Yeah.
Shop
it in the Husky section.
Yeah, but it would also make sense because he's so buff in those kind of like stocky ones to carry all that adamantium around, right? So I mean, it makes sense to me. I agree with Mike as well. Neither of these are really incentive books covers. Matter of fact, X-Men 132 actually looks more like a store exclusive.
Yeah, it does. It's exactly
So, God, if I have to pick, I mean, I guess I'm gonna go with the X-Men 1, because I couldn't be the X-Men 132 would just be in a box somewhere, and I'd never look at it again.
Yeah, that's the Gleb Melnikov. Sounds Russian to me.
Yeah.
This card's is super stocky as well. Yeah. Sure is. All right. So, yeah, I agree. The Weapon X, it has that 90s vibe, but in a good way. I like it. So
Yeah.
1 in 25, Weapon X #1. That's the one to look.
It could have gone so wrong if he went overly 90s on that. Like could have gone really bad.
Could have put the vintage trade dress on that one and gotten away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let's move on. All right. Got some Star Wars covers for you guys. You got the Greg Land 1 in 25 of Star Wars The High Republic Fears of the Jedi #1. We got the Star Wars Ahsoka #8 by Annie Wu, the 1 in 25. Mike, thoughts?
I kind of sort of like both of them a little bit. I don't love either one of them. But man, these just feel like A covers to me. I mean, it feels like we get this a lot with Star Wars covers, but really all the big franchises, right? Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars. Another soapbox that we're on all the time is they know that we're all marks for these. We're all going to go hunting for them, and people go crazy for them because they're Star Wars. But I think I wish the Ahsoka one was just Ahsoka without Sabine and what is that, Anakin back there?
Yeah, Force Ghost.
It's an okay concept. It looks like it got a little lazy somewhere along the line, which I don't love. So that's why that one's kind of out for me. There's some pretty good dynamics and some pretty good spatial awareness on the Greg Land. I think Land kind of gets the short end of the stick. I know that he's, talked about having used like porn magazines and websites for poses and things like, but who cares? I don't care if the art is good at the end of the day. He still draws it, for God's sake. So
he's enjoying his research.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with having a reference.
I agree 100%. But apparently people had a big problem with it. I don't know why, but I think this has got a good pose, good dynamics, good lines. It's a good crisp cover. It would be a good solid B cover that I would probably buy if it were a cover price book. I would not pay incentive prices for it though. Whereas, like I said, the Ahsoka one looks like it got a little lazy somewhere along the line and just kind of loses steam for me. It's kind of meh.
All right, so which one did you pick in general?
The Land, the Greg Land.
Land.
Yep.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah, so I did see the Ahsoka one earlier, and it's just there's parts of it like I like, but honestly, it does look like it's straight out of like a kid's book. And it's not bad art, it's just not great art either, in my opinion. But I also don't think it's an incentive worthy cover. I agree with Mike. These are both A covers at best.
They're good A covers.
Yeah, but they would be good A covers, right? I just think that Marvel and DC and these guys picking these editors picking incentive covers. I don't know what they're thinking behind it is, but it's like they miss the mark more times than not of what should be an incentive cover, because these aren't very incentive worthy. The Greg Land is fine. I don't really find an issue with it per se. Again, it's just not incentive worthy.
You're saying you're not mad at it?
So I'm not mad at it.
Drink.
But yeah, to be honest, yeah, I'd have to go with the Land. There's just a couple of issues with the Ahsoka that I'm like, this is like, part of it's pretty good, and then part of it's like very kid bookish, like. I guess I have
worse
to
as it
go
goes
with Land.
back. It gets like the art gets worse as it goes back.
Sky is fine.
Probably photoshopped or taken from some other Google thing.
Yeah, because Sabine just looks a little off, like unfinished.
That's Sabine the problem.
I think it is, honestly.
Yeah.
I think Ahsoka's great.
Ahsoka's fine.
Background very small anyway, doesn't matter. Ahsoka is off. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sabine is off.
Yeah. Is her head too big?
I just don't know.
Weird look on her face. I don't know.
It's like she just farted or something.
I like what Terry said. These look like they're just a small step above the art they use on the insert sketch cards and the card sets. Yeah, that one at least. The Ahsoka one does, yeah.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Hey, I've gotten a couple of really good ones over the years, by the way. There are some gems in there. One of them had a freaking Dave Filoni painted Padme thing in it. I've always wanted that card.
Shut up.
Every once in a while it pops up on eBay. It's beautiful. Has her like as though she's painted Renaissance style with like a gold halo, like a halo dish thing around her head and stuff. So beautiful. But yeah.
Great. Just another one to add to the wants.
Well, no, that's a sketch card. I mean, it's a painted one of one sketch card. You'll probably never see it again. I've seen it for sale twice on eBay over the last 10 years, something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's sold for thousands of dollars.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's gotta be rare. Yeah, I'll go with you guys. The Land. Oh, I always enjoy a badass Wookiee with a lightsaber. That's always cool.
Is that the same Wookiee that was in the Acolyte?
I'm not reading this book, so I don't know.
It should be. That's the right time frame.
It makes sense. Okay.
A little before it, yeah. Okay.
Wookiees live a long time, so it could be the same Wookiee.
Oh.
All right. One of the big books of this week. These are actually do have open regular cover A or B, whatever it is.
They're trade dresses, yes.
Yeah, these are the Virgins. This is Doom Academy #1, the 1 in 100 by Ryan Brown, and the 1 in 50 by Wu Chu Lee. Mike, you did a big whoa.
Yeah, because I really like the Ryan Brown. I actually really like that. And I think it needs to be a virgin to be fully appreciated. I don't think it should be maimed by what I assume is pretty awful trade dress on this book. It's Marvel, so I'm gonna take a guess that it's pretty bad. But I mean, I think it's a really, really cool piece it shows a lot of personality, right? I mean, the eyes are really creepy, really well done, set back at the right distance. The mask looks metal. It's detailed just right, but with a little weathering.
Metal.
I just think he did it. Metal in that way too. It's pretty badass. The Wu Chul Lee one is actually kind of bad. There's a lot of things weird with it that I don't love. Yeah, his face is awful for starters.
You don't like his skirt?
The costume looks like it's out of like a Shakespeare play. He's too wide up on the top.
His thighs are like juicy.
His thighs are juicy, yeah, they're shiny, shiny in a weird way, like rounded, like in a straight. I know that's supposed to sort of be like that, but it seems like it's a little over exaggerated. So that I think that's actually a bad cover, overworked in a lot of ways too. Whereas the Brown just does it. It's got personality. It does the job, and I think 1 in 100 is Crazy Town, and I can't imagine what that book will go for, but I do think it looks a hell of a lot better without trade dresses.
I guarantee it's going for more than ratio.
I assume so. I'm guessing 150.
Yeah,
well, I think a lot of people will probably order this book, but
I'm pretty sure this is going to be the hot book.
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm gonna look up the price real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too.
Yeah, so the Wuchul Lee is just like the background looks very digitized. There's something wrong with his legs.
$112.50 on Midtown.
How much?
$112.50 on Midtown.
Okay,
Really?
well, right around ratio. All right.
That's not bad.
Available.
That's I guess that's not bad.
So available, really?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that it's not going for more because there's a lot of first appearances in this book.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
I'm actually really surprised. I'm surprised it's not actually $150 to $200. Not that I would pay that for it. I'm just surprised because there's at least 3 or 4 first appearances in this.
Yeah.
It's like a spin-off of the Strange Academy. It's the Doom Academy.
Yeah.
And Strange Academy is getting, a show at the very least, I think.
I think so.
And so that's why I'm kind of surprised about
Cheapest
that.
one on eBay is $175 shipped.
Damn. Well,
Midtown $112.50 right now available.
I mean, you guys better jump all over it if you guys want it.
200, 250, 275.
See, that's what I was thinking, that it would be going around on eBay. I think the people who selling or reselling on eBay they have that same idea that I have. But I'm going back to the Lee. Yeah, there's something wrong with the legs. It's very it's just drawn wrong. The proportion is off. Doesn't even look like he can bend his knees, even though mechanically I guess it's supposed to, but it doesn't. It looks really stiff. The face is all wrong. The mask, that is. Everything else is. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the top. His upper torso is a little too big. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of issues with it. The Ryan Brown obviously is probably going to be the winner here. I've been talking it up anyways. I actually want to know if he drew like a bigger portrait of him and just cut it off, because it looks like the bottom where his cloak is connected. It looks like it would have been drawn all the way around. So, but I guess we'd have to ask Ryan Brown if that's the case. I do like the eyes. I like the way that the pigment of his face as well. Yeah. Like, he didn't make it like super pink fleshy. It seems very Vaderish, little like beaten, a little like a little whitish. Like it's. I really dig that part about the eyes. And the mask is drawn perfectly fine. That's definitely going to be one of those, like, it could be an iconic cover one day.
Yeah, I think they're store exclusives. That's why it shouldn't be too crazy. There should be plenty of them out there.
I guess so. But you know how that is. They still, even with store exclusives, people get crazy over these kind of books.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece of art. This is art, definitely.
I wonder how much the OA is going to go for.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that'll be a whole different story, right? Yeah, that's a one-on-one. So
lots.
All right, so obviously, big book this week, Doom Academy #1. Pick up your cover A's out there, and this should be one of the bigger books, 1-in-100.
I'll be honest. I'm going to tell my LCS to shave 2 for me.
Yeah. All right, a little matchup here. We got Patrick #1, the 1-in-100 by J. Scott Campbell versus the Laura Kenny Wolverine #3 by Ejuker. Okay, I know. No, I think it's more like Scandinavian, no? 1-in-100.
What? That's a Japanese name.
I don't know. Ejukurian?
That's why I said it. I think wouldn't you pronounce the E on the end? I don't know.
Oh, all right, so Jeff, give me your thoughts. What do you think?
Okay, I obviously think these have trade dresses already as well.
Yes.
So again, it's that virgin grab for the 1-in-100. Oh, that sounded so bad.
Grab him by the Virgin.
Grab him by the Virgin.
Oh. No.
Gosh, it's funny. Like, I like the camel, but there's a couple issues. Same thing with the Ichikure. I think like oh gosh, I don't like the background of the Ichikure. It looks very meh.
She in space? Where the hell
Her
is she?
head is huge.
Yeah, but I think that's the perspective. I don't think that's wrong.
But yeah, I can kind of see that.
The blur is pretty cool.
The what's pretty cool.
The blur in the background, what kind of blur is it?
The like I like the sparks and stuff, and like she just kind of went through there and just wrecked shit.
Yeah.
The outfit's okay. It's whatever. So the Campbell, I think the one thing wrong with the Campbell is her right leg.
It's twisted weird, right?
It's twisted weird, and it's ginormous in comparison.
I know, it's
the
like
left leg.
Frankenstein, bro.
It's just really weird. She really put her right foot in. I'm just saying.
Hokey cover, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, the dad joke. God damn it.
But yeah, you're right. It's twisted inward too, so that makes it even more awkward. But it's very Campbell-like. You can tell it's definitely a Campbell. I've never seen him do this kind of background though. So
the negative kind of vibe.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's cool, but also kind of like I can't see all the details. So but obviously it's a negative, so whatever. But obviously I would think the Campbell is going to get a lot more play than the Ichikure.
Campbell fans are fucking bananas.
They're freaking fanatic. They're crazy. Yeah, go to a Comic-Con line, right, Big Rob?
Oh yeah, I had punched a couple kids in the face.
And Big Rob's a big dude.
Yeah, I'm a white child. Mike.
Yeah, I'm having trouble deciding, but I mean, I think that the Campbell is just the main body of it. Just like feels like I must have seen that somewhere along the line already. Like this must be a reused piece of art. It probably isn't, but it looks so similar to other Magic things that he's done that it just feels the same. Plus all the flaws that Jeff already pointed out, that right leg's way too big. It's twisted weird. The background just almost looks like he gave up. He thought almost like he had a better idea and then just stopped and decided to ink it purple, which I know you'll like, Rob, as a result of it being purple.
Like the purple, yes.
Yeah. But I actually kind of like the Ejikure. I think it's actually cool. I know that it's digital, but I don't really mind that in this particular case. He's got a good filter to make it look like paint, so I'm okay with it. I think the perspective is pretty close to right. That right hand might be a little small for the distance that it is away from the head. If I'm being super critical of it, and I've never really liked the digital blur thing. It makes everything look too digital. It looks like 1999 CGI to me when you do that kind of shit. So that's maybe the one major flaw. And I can't really tell what environment she is. It looks like maybe that's water underneath her, or possibly I don't know what the heck that is.
No, the Laura Kinney.
Yeah,
that's like some sort of bot. She's like standing on some sort of like a robot or.
Does it look like liquid? That yellow stuff looks like.
No, it's a bunch of cables, dude.
That's just sparks. Is that all that
yeah,
is?
it's sparks.
Yeah,
it's sparks
all,
behind it.
Oh, okay.
Electrical sparks, yeah.
And it doesn't help that it's all blurry, so that's why you couldn't really tell if it was sparks.
I think I just like the fact that actually, is this a girl or a boy? I can't remember.
Laura?
No,
I think Kiri is a female. I think
is a female.
I think so.
Can't remember.
I believe so. I think somebody said in the chat.
I'll say she then.
He said Gasian blur.
I like the fact that I like the fact that she chose this perspective. It's a tough perspective to pull off and do well, and I think she challenged herself, and I think came through on this one. The lighting looks right as well, like down, like right across that left side, down the left, like the left, I don't know, whatever, the left side of her. It works. I think it looks good. Overall, it's a really good product. I definitely don't feel the need to pay 1 in 100 for either one of these. These could have been really good 1 in 25s though. I think they feel 1 in 25-ish, both of them.
I mean, you may make it 150. That's fine, but that's at too high still. I think
so too. But it's the Laura Kinney for me. I think it's a better cover, and that's odd for me to choose the digital cover. But
I want to build on what you said about the lighting on that. Like, if you're doing digital and you don't get the lighting right, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, really.
Because it's part of the program.
Right.
So if you mess that up, you messed it up.
And the shadow of the cables are over her legs there and stuff. So I mean, it has a good feel to it. It just gives it good depth. I think it works.
Just a couple thoughts on the Laura Kinney for me. It's like a digital version of Marvel Rivals, and Marvel Rivals goes a little more cartoonish. It's on a video game, but it's like a little more cartoonish. It has that Marvel Rivals vibe to it, but just a little more clean digital vibe to it. And I think they're both great covers. Can't really lose. I'm like that. J. Scott Campbell could do a lot better. We know that he's a master artist.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, the big flex on the Campbell because Campbell just creates chaos. But I agree with Mike. I like more the Wolverine one.
And since I haven't been here in a while, and you brought up Marvel Rivals, aren't the Marvel Rival covers more like very anime-ish type, leaning toward that way?
Like
a style.
Yeah, it's like more. It's a little more dirty, a little more cartoonish, a little more line work. So it's not as clean as the digital cover. So. All right, let's move on. Daredevil Unleash, Hell Red Band number 2, the 1 in 10 by Declan Shavely. This is actually sold out on Midtown. This should be a pretty big book this weekend. Mike.
I like it because I like this villain. I think it's a really cool design, really creepy, and I really liked the story arc that he originally was in. I don't know how they're utilizing him now, but hopefully pretty well. And so as a result, I think I'm a little biased toward this one. But I think it's good. I think it's I don't know that I feel like it's much of an incentive cover, but it is only a 1 in 10. So I think that fits it perfectly. And I think I'm probably not alone loving this character. I think it's one of the few good, well-designed villains of Marvel's over the last decade or two. So I think this will be kind of hot, actually, as a 1 in 10. I think this will go over ratio.
Damn, nice real fake comics.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Nice work. That book might hold up.
You got to take it off. You gotta... Oh, I see.
You're muted, Big Rob.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Put it over the top.
Yeah. So yes, this is probably one of the better characters made in the last couple of decades, like Mike said. Obviously, he's getting a lot more play right now because he's definitely going to be featured in Daredevil Reborn.
There's something else.
Is it Reborn?
Yes.
Okay. So like, and there's a lot of hype around that series. Obviously, they're hyping it up because it's going to be more bloody and gorier than the Netflix, which I'll believe it when I see it, because being on Disney Plus and being Marvelized, Disneyfied, I do wonder what their thought of more glory and more bloody.
What was the Native American one? Then I like it. Echo, yeah, I like that show.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
That was definitely more bloody and gory than most Disney Plus shows. So,
but I don't think it was more than Netflix.
No. This one,
but they're saying this is going to be more than Netflix.
No, I doubt it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it should be more than Echo. I think for Marvel, it should be pretty high. But
considering Punisher's in it too.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get to Netflix level, but it'll be cool if it does that. But we'll see. We'll find out. Right?
With this villain though, or it's a villain, right? Not an anti-hero. It's a villain.
Yeah, it's a villain.
With this villain, it should be more bloodier. That's just his MO.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, he's
paints
straight up
with-
a serial killer, basically.
Well, they're all
Paints
amoral,
with blood.
people, right? They have no morals. They'll
Right.
just shoot in the head for a penny.
I really like the design of it. He's so simple, but it's still a great design for a villain. I want to say that the Riddler from the Batman movie, the most recent Batman movie, I think they kind of stole a little bit of this design from Muse, like just a more simpler outfit in the sense, like more realistic. But anyways, yeah, I do like this for a 1 in 10. The only thing I kind of don't like is Elektra Daredevil's face. She looks like a bug.
Well, her face is covered up.
No, but her eyes are not.
Yeah.
She just looks like a bug or like an owl. So I mean, other than that, I dig it. It's very what did they call that? The psychiatrists, they do those blood clot like
ink blot.
Ink blot, yeah.
Blotter, yeah.
I really like that they matched that with Muse. So, and I like that it's just dead center here. Very cool, very psychopathic character. So I'm cool with it.
It's just it's kosher. It's feng shui. This cover. It's like that centering is like immaculate. That's what really makes it well. I think.
And without saying much, it's saying a lot.
Yeah, it's telling you what it is. It's just the guy's eyes just dead inside.
Yes.
So I like the cover. 1 in 10. I think it was less than $10 on it. I don't know. Was it? I forgot, but it was the 1 in 10.
That's right. Go to the LCS and go support your LCSs. Guaranteed they're gonna have copies of this.
You have the water and the sponge.
Yeah, they'll order more than $20. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. Epitaphs from the Abyss, number 8, the 1 in 10 by Jay Stevens. Jeff?
So I actually couldn't find this when I was looking for it on League of Geeks. So you must have found it somewhere else.
Oh, Midtown. All these covers are from Midtown.
That's why.
That's where
it was all blanked out.
Yeah, Midtown actually shows you what's being sold this week. League Geeks will get a lot of shit wrong. So go ahead, Jeff.
Well, obviously, Epitaphs from the Abyss, they're definitely homaging all the old pre-horror comics. I dig it. I dig the worn look. Yes, it's a little played out, but you know what? I still dig it. It still gives me those feels of those old books. I don't think there's anything wrong with it as a 1 in 10, especially. So I mean, I think it's a win. I even like. I dig the art. It's very it's almost comic strip-y kind of like art, but very eerie, and I really dig that for these books. So I mean, it fits perfectly with the title.
It's like a young version of Jack Nicholson with a haircut.
Oh my god, you're kind of right.
It's very shiny, right? With the axe and all that. Mike,
here comes Johnny.
Yeah, it's like Scotty Young does Golden Age horror. I think it's kind of fun, actually.
Imagine if he did that.
Like a Mad Magazine kind of a feel to it, like the
Yes.
early Mad Magazines, before when they were still comic book sized. I mean, I dig it. It does somehow give me the feel of a Golden Age book, even though this art style would never be on a Golden Age book. So it's cool. I really like it. I've liked almost every cover from this whole series so far. They've all been fun. Whether they were the Bermejos that were super detail painted, or whether they were more like this, or whether they were homages to, older stuff like old Frazetta covers and things like that. I think they've picked the right artists for all these. This one's right up there. I like it. It's really fun.
I agree. You guys said it well. I love this cover. Let's move on. Power Rangers Prime number 4, 1 in 10 by Matt Taylor. Like Prime colors there, Mike?
I do actually. I've always liked this kind of style, especially when it's done on the right book, and this is the right book. A very colorful franchise, where when you think of it, you think of the 4, 5, 6 colors of the Rangers, and that's just, it's like Star Trek, right? Like you always think yellow, blue, red all the time. This kind of has that same thing. So why not amp it up a little bit and sort of give it that Mondo kind of vibe?
Yeah, but in Star Trek, you can't be the red shirt.
No, right? No, you can't. No, you can't.
You're not making it out.
No, you're dead. You're dead. Yeah, no, I think this is good. It's good layout. It's got good like conceptual, a good concept. Colors are good. I don't know if I like all of the colors that were chosen for the background and stuff like that, but it sort of gives it kind of this like late 80s, early 90s vibe as well.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah, because that's the right era for Power Rangers too. So I mean, I think the whole thing, the Matt Taylor definitely tuned into the vibe of the time frame and the show and the color motifs and all that kind of thing, and worked it really well and gave it sort of a poster feel. So it's good, especially as a 1 in 10. I mean, if you're a Power Rangers fan, I can't imagine you not trying to find one of these at 1 in 10 prices.
Yeah, this is like if Will Smith's French Prince of Bel-Air was wearing a T-shirt during the show back in the day, kind of color.
Exactly.
So, Jeff?
Okay, so I dig the concept. I dig the layout. I don't... And the coloring is okay. I think I have an issue with the Blue Ranger's forehead because it looks a little too big. It almost like an alien. And then the Pink Ranger, she's got a little Elastigirl going on.
Yeah, it's kind of a stylized art. Yeah.
But the thing is it's not the same stylization as the other ones. It feels like the Pink Ranger's a little more stylized than the other 4.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Just a little bit. I mean, obviously, I am nitpicking, but
It's the shade, the color shading on it.
Could be. It could just be because of the background behind it. It throws me off.
Yeah, it makes it look weird.
Yeah, but 1 in 10, you can't go wrong. It's this looks like it's a Virgin cover too. For a 1 in 10, that's really good. And for the Power Rangers, I mean, if you're a Power Rangers fan, you're gonna love this no matter what. So
yeah, Power Rangers, they always have great covers. I got into that black hole for a minute and I got out of it.
You did.
They always have good art. The art just sells you. All right. Power Rangers number 4 by Matt Taylor, 1 in 10. Little verses again. This is G.I. Joe number 4. We got the 1 in 10. And I didn't put the damn name. Shit. And the 1 in 25 as well. I'll look up the names. Jeff.
All right. So you know what's really funny is I'm going to say something against what I just said earlier about design covers. So with the Wolverine design cover, I don't like that typical type of design cover, right? But the G.I. Joes, because of the vehicles or the weapons that they have, like I like this. What is it? Like architects use those blue. I can't remember, but it feels like a very architect like background. Someone will correct me or speak for me with better words, but I do dig that.
Blueprint?
Yes, blueprints. Thank you. I knew it was blue
It's
something.
a blueprint cover. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
E.J. Sue is the artist on the blueprint, and the one on the left is David Nakayama.
I mean, in a sense, it's still a blueprint design cover. Potato. But I do like the blueprint a little bit more. It fits for the vehicles. So I dig that. But I do like the 1 in 10. It's got female Cobra.
What are they called?
I don't remember. That's a problem.
They have a name.
I know Steve would know immediately.
Yeah, I have the fucking action figures.
God, we were just talking about a couple months ago too.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, they don't get a lot of front and center. I dig that the his tank's in the background too. There's a lot going on though. There's a lot of whatever the hell that orange is going on. Whether it's fire or I don't know. I don't think fire acts like that on the right. On the right of the page. Oh, Valkyries, thank you so much.
I was gonna say Valkyries too, and I'm like, no, that can't be right.
No, you're definitely right. And it's a David Nakayama, which he doesn't do a lot of these kind of covers anymore. You would tell that it's a Nakayama usually. Didn't realize until I saw the DNA in the bottom.
Yeah, it's Nakayama on the left and Sue on the right.
The way you know it's a DNA though, it is overly shiny.
Yeah, the female body types. Yeah,
definitely the female body type. But I don't mind both of them. Honestly, they're pretty 1A, 1B for me in the sense of, I don't want to. Not one is horrendously better than the next, but I do dig the DNA. But of course, I also don't think it's much of an incentive cover. But at a 1 in 10, splitting hairs.
Mike.
Yeah, so I agree with Jeff. I like the blueprint version of a design variant better than I like the whatever the hell Marvel does. Plus, I think it works for a vehicle, something mechanical, a lot better than it works for a character. So it's okay. Although I'm surprised they didn't swap the incentives on these. It feels like the blueprint variant should have been the 1 in 10, and the Nakayama should have been the 1 in 25. But I really do like this Nakayama, and I haven't really liked a Nakayama in a pretty long time. I think maybe I like it because it's telling some story. There's stuff going on. It's not just a girl posing on the cover like so many of his covers. So I like that he's kind of flexing his muscle and his ability to do a scene with some other stuff and show that he can do some detail and some environment and that kind of thing. So plus he could have just gotten away with drawing one of them, and he did two. So and they're very clearly very different. So I think I like it when an artist kind of stretches themselves a little bit and it doesn't look lazy. This doesn't feel lazy at all. Yeah, it's kind of shiny boobies, but that's just
who doesn't like shiny boobies?
Shiny boobies are great, and from Nakayama, that's what we come to expect. Dale's back there going, "Stop saying boobies." I think maybe my only criticism might be that the trade dress is just like a little close to, I don't know, they didn't lay that part out real well, or maybe it's the color. Maybe it should have been two-tone, or maybe that should have been white. I'm not really sure. Something's off about the trade dress for me. Of course, I love the trade dress of G.I. Joe, and I always will, but it just seems misplaced or crooked, or something's weird about it. I can't really tell.
The blue blends too much.
Yeah, I think it's just maybe the wrong blue. I don't really know. Or maybe it should have been.
It should have been beveled and a little metallic.
Beveled. Yeah, it's the beveled thing.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
Beveled. Yeah, that's exactly what I think it should have been. And I would have separated it a little bit better. And I think maybe just raised up like an 1/8 of an inch higher would have been good. But I don't know. That's nitpicky. For a 1 in 10, I think it's actually a pretty banging cover for a 1 in 10.
I agree. I love them both. Definitely want to look for these covers at a future date. I'm not gonna buy them now. I'm pretty sure they'll be overpriced or pre-ratio. I'll wait for them to drop a bit. But I love them both. They're both great covers. So actually, I'm surprised there's a.
Are you getting any of these, Big Rob?
No, I don't pre-order. I just wait now.
No, I know, but are you planning on trying to get one of these?
Yeah, if I see them on my shelf and they're there still, then I might grab them. But I'm not gonna rush anymore with that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's right. You don't go every week, so.
No, I don't go. I probably won't go until not this weekend, but the following weekend. All right. So yeah, they're both perfectly great covers for G.I. Joe. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you'll love both of these covers. All right, let's move on. Zatanna number 1, the 1 in 10 by Sawi, and the 1 in 25 by Jamal Campbell. Mike.
I very much like the Jamal Campbell. I think it might be just a little busy. Is there a trade dress for that? It looks like there's space for trade dress on that.
That's a good question.
Let me double check. I forgot, to be honest. Let me see.
While you're checking, I can say I absolutely despise the Sawi. I think it's horrible. I mean, I think it's horrible because Zatanna is supposed to be like a very adult, like sexy thing. This makes it look like she's a 12-year-old cosplayer or out on Halloween doing a really bad version of Zatanna.
You don't like your Sailor Moon Zatanna?
No, it's awful. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's just not the character. Like I don't know why these artists feel the need to turn these like pretty old characters into something of theirs. Like it's not your thing, man. It's a character that exists. We're reading the book to read about the Zatanna that we want, which is the one that's on the Jamal Campbell. But luckily the Campbell's good. It's also sort of a weird angle. The face is a little strange as a result of the up angle. But I like the depth of it with some of the layers. But I think there might just be a little bit too much going on for me to really like it. But it feels like a 1 in 25. It works as a 1 in 25. The Sawi shouldn't have even been published.
Yeah, I feel it's funny that both. Oh my god, I feel that both are playing the playing card gimmick pretty hard there. That's kind of funny. And the defense on the Sawi, it is an anime manga.
Extremely anime.
Yeah, I don't think it's like child porn or anything like that.
No.
It's
Oh no! I wasn't suggesting that. It wasn't overly sexified, so thank God for that.
No, but it's very, very, very manga. It's 100% manga, and I know it's not your vibe, but it definitely it will have an audience, and people will definitely pick it. I personally do like both covers. Yeah, I never noticed the way she's tilting her head on the cam was a little off though. Yeah, you're right. That's a little weird. Jeff.
So with the Sawi, I kind of wish that I wonder if it would have been different if her hair was black, just straight up jet black. I wonder if that would have made a little bit more of a difference, because they always lighten up and brighten up their hair, especially if they have black hair like normally. So like they always change the color of the hair, and I don't dig that part of it. Now, the face obviously is not going to be what I would even have pictured Zatanna look like anyway. So yeah, I kind of get it. It just doesn't, that artwork doesn't fit here for this character at all. The rest of it's okay. I think it's really the face and the hair that really messes it up for me. I do agree with with you guys on the Jamal Campbell. I do like that a lot better. I am actually not as bothered about how busy it is, because her magic is chaos magic basically, right? Like it's
true.
And it's just feels like it fits her vibe anyways. I dig it. Dig the invisible big ass sword in the background.
I love that she's coming out of the book too.
Yes, that too. That definitely helps. It even feels like there's she has a after image of her on the bottom, laying across the bottom.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
So that's kind of cool too. Like there's a lot going on, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like it fits for her, at least in this layout. Sure, maybe a couple of layers could have been taken out, but I'm okay with it. And I do like the outline of like the tarot card kind of thing going on. So that works too. And I like the Z's on the corners.
Yep.
So there's a lot of minor details that I just really love about the Jamal Campbell. I'm not too upset about the tilted head either. It
doesn't ruin it. It doesn't ruin it for me. I was just being nitpicky. She's
a showman. She's got, little celebrity status. So, she's got the little cocked head. So yeah, I do dig the Jamal Campbell. So finally, DC does an incentive that I actually really like this week.
My question is, so they put the DC logo on this image, the DC logo on the top left on the Campbell, and the Sawi has the same, but the Sawi says all in. Sawi actually has the trade dress on the bottom left and a barcode on the bottom right. I wonder if the Campbell on the finished product will have also all that.
Well, see, I wonder if it's because it's the incentive. Is there a trade dress version of this?
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
wondering.
there's not. These are incentive, real incentive.
I really hope they keep it this way, but I can see what you're saying. But at least it's a minimal trade dress on the left.
Yeah, but it would be the barcode that would really mess it up.
Yeah. So well, I guess we'll find out on Wednesday.
DC does put barcodes on the back from time to time, so we'll see.
Actually, I think you can find out on Tuesday. I think technically they can sell DC books on Tuesday.
They still do that.
I think they
that
do.
might have ended, but I'm not sure.
Did it end? Okay, then maybe not. I haven't been to a LCS on a Tuesday in a long time.
That's right. I think it did end. Yeah.
Okay.
Another DC book for you folks.
Ooh.
Catwoman 73,
Ooh.
1 in 10 by New Boobich.
Nubovich.
Who said new boo bitch?
I know. Well, I wanted to say that, but I know the Bobich. And obviously the mighty and powerful Frank Cho, the 1 in 25. Jeff, we're gonna start with you on this one.
Okay.
I'll surprise you all on this one, I think.
Oh gosh. So the Catwoman on the left makes me feel like that's like Morena Baccarena, or whatever her name was in Deadpool.
Baccarin from Firefly.
Yeah, it feels like
Baccarin, I think is how you say it.
Macarena.
Got a little bit of her vibe in there. I don't mind the cityscape. I just damn, those are some thick ass thighs compared to the rest of her body.
Yeah,
like nothing wrong with that.
I mean, yeah,
but I don't think this is like. I don't know many girls that look like that.
Well, yes, we do.
I haven't been to Brazil, so yes. Maybe I have.
Rob's like, yeah, we do.
All right, yeah, I do live in SoCal, so maybe I do.
It might not be nature may not have given them that, but
she has like a little mousy face, like the protrusion of her mouth, and it's okay. I just don't think it's an incentive cover. I don't even think it's a 1 in 10, to be quite honest. Maybe a B or C cover would be okay. The Frank Cho, so I like the design of it. I swear I've seen this kind of design before. Is this?
Yeah,
am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's like one of his signature designs.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, Frank Cho is someone I like. I like his art. But there's something off on it, and I think it's mostly her head. It feels like her head's like slightly either small or it's overly stiff, like it's like a playing card, like a jack that's looking to the right. It's just a little meh. The rest of it's fine. I mean, actually, it's more than fine. I actually like the rest of it quite a lot. I don't know. There's just something about the head. Maybe you guys can point it out. Then maybe it's the neck. It could be the neck.
That's too long.
Yeah, but the rest of it, I dig. I actually wish they didn't have the minimal trade on the bottom there, because the Catwoman on top, that's good enough.
Yeah, you could have just put 73 or something.
Yeah.
All right. Before I hand it over to Mike, so the easy answer is always the Cho, right? But the Nabovich, we could just stare at it for a little extra longer, and just look at there's a lot of detail. There's a lot of layers to this piece of art. It's just simple, but it's just something about it.
I get it. It's the way she's sitting. It's not just, okay, I got it. That's why the thigh looks really thick.
Yeah, she's sitting on her thigh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's pushing it. Yeah.
So it's pushed out and squished a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
The lighting. There's something to it. It's intriguing. It makes me at least think. Mike.
I really like the New Witch. I really think it's got great lines. I know I'm going way against Jeff on this one.
No, you're good.
I think this deserves every bit of a 1 in 10. I think it has sort of a Joel Jones kind of a feel to it. And it's got cool angles and depth. And I think the lines of her and the sort of the gracefulness of her positioning makes her look very cat-like. And I think that really kind of brings the character's tone subtly to the viewer. And I'm getting all like art school and shit about it right now, but I think it really does do the character some great justice. The lines are just really lovely. I think it's done really well. And this is one of the first shows that I have not liked in a really long time. It's a variety of problems, I think. The head is too small, the neck is too long. There's almost like a weird pooch going on in this one. It's sort of strange. And I get
I didn't want to mention that.
It's okay.
And
Maybe she's pregos.
And maybe while that's like, I get that if she's got her back arched, that would be the natural angle of all that stuff. But there's just enough wrong with her in this particular case that it just doesn't do it for me. And, you're right. He is the mighty and powerful Frank Cho and almost can never do wrong. I mean, virtually everything he touches is beautiful. So I think just maybe he might have overworked this one a little bit. I also don't like how the whole image is shrunk so that they could get all their banners and shit on there. I think it should have been it should have taken up more real estate of the cover. And as a matter of fact, that starry box that he created next to his Catwoman logo, why didn't they just put the DC banner in there? Like stretch it all out, put the DC banner inside the box, and then ditch their Catwoman logo, leave Cho's. And I think it would have been a much better cover, even with the faults on her. There's
too much empty space.
There is, yeah, and I know that they do that a lot for these covers of his, but I don't think it works on this one. I think it's too much empty space and too much DC shit on the cover as a result. So there's all kinds of things wrong with it. It's my least favorite show in a really long time, but I really do like the New Bewitch. I think there's a lot of like Rob said, a lot of really subtle, awesome, tonal things going on in this.
I like the coloring in the city.
Yeah, that's cool too, and it makes her pop off the front. I do like the way that the sort of Soza Maika's way of doing the shiny suit too. So it's sort of an amalgamation of a lot of the artists that we like in some really cool combination here.
At least we know it's drawn.
I dig it. Yeah, there's that too. I dig it. I think it's a really good cover. I think it's simple, but really lovely. I think it's done really well.
All right. Regardless, they're both good covers.
They are. I mean, I'm really nitpicking the Cho, and it's the worst. I'm putting Cho on his own scale.
No, I get it.
So it would blow away 90% of all other artists. Still,
Wonder Woman glutes.
It was an interesting Wonder Woman book, but I did not put it on the slide. All right. Nightwing 123, the 1 in 10 by Dexter Soy. I think it's sold out in Midtown too. Mike?
I'm allergic to soy.
So that's a no.
No, I'm not. Actually, I like this cover. It's actually not bad. It sort of has this interesting, like, I don't even really know how to describe what I'm trying to think of here, but there's almost there's a fluidity of his body that sort of melts into the background nicely. It's sort of cool. It almost looks like
Melancholy?
As if Sandman is kind of like turning into sand and melting into the stuff around him, kind of a thing. I know it's wrong company and wrong franchise and everything, but still sort of just that idea that he's
melding the background and the character.
Yeah, just from a visual far away kind of a thing. I mean, it doesn't really like blow me away, but it does feel interesting and unique, and therefore 1 in 10 worthy. I don't really care for the character or anything particular going on the cover. I just think artistically it's done really well.
Is this the greatest Nightwing run ever? 123 issues already, and very popular.
Never seen a Nightwing run go this long, period.
Nope.
Yeah, it's got to be the best one ever.
People have sworn by it. I mean, I've heard tons of people say that they read nothing else but this.
This would be a good omnibus or absolute to pick up.
Yes.
All right, Jeff, go ahead.
Yeah, I do dig that what Mike was kind of described, where the character melds or melts into the background. I even like, so if I'm looking at this correctly, what Dick Grayson is leaning on, like the bottom of it looks like it's actually an upside down cityscape.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
I really dig that, like to make art look differently at different angles, and still look like if you flipped it upside down, it still looked like a cityscape, and just whoever colored this was like shaded it. I do like that as well. Look, it's not like perfect art, but art doesn't need to be perfect to be good art.
Yeah,
that's true.
And so that's why I really like it. It gives me a very moody emo kind of feel as well, and that's how I feel Nightwing is anyways. So especially with his background as being the ward of Batman. So I dig his moody feel here. I can't say anything wrong with that. It's 1 in 10 too. God, yeah, Tikal vibes. It does give me Tikal vibes.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So for a 1 in 10, I think that's perfect. Is this sold out everywhere, like you said?
Midtown it did, I believe. I thought I saw it sell out. Let me Nightwing see here.
I mean, it makes sense to me. For 1 in 10, it'll be cheap. Yeah. What was that, Mike?
What you just said, that it's 1 in 10, it's probably cheap.
Yeah. It's wish listed. It sold out at $13.50.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I see you, Dexter Soy.
I can see people buying this at $15-$20 easily.
Me too. Especially if the series is as good as I hear people say it is.
Yeah, right. A 1 in 10 of issue 123.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if that's like raindrops, kind of rain calming.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because there's like splashes in the background, kind of look like It might be raining as well.
Well, it makes sense why his hair is a little more
droopy,
emo-ish, right? Yeah. It's wet.
All right.
And this one's wet. And this one's wet. And this one's wet.
That's what she said. Right.
That's what you hope she says.
I believe.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
I believe this is the final cover. Doll Parts: A Love Sick Tale, number 3, the 1 in 10 by Luna Vecchio. Mike.
So I'm going to surprise you. I actually really like this cover.
What?
I know, right? Because
it's got that Peach Momoko vibe.
No, but it doesn't. But it doesn't though. This has a much more classic sort of like Japanese woodblock print feel to it, more like Hokusai or
very Cherry Blossom,
Hiroshige, or one of those one of those artists. And so this really gives that Eastern feel, but in a really classic vintage kind of way. Not trying to be modern, not trying to be anime or manga. It's just trying to be like traditional. And I think it's really beautiful. I think it's done. This is a beautiful piece of art, regardless of whether or not the book is good or not. I think this is just a really pretty, classy piece. Worth every penny of 1 in 10, I think, just to get the art. I might even buy this.
Ooh.
I know.
I can't wait.
I shocked the world. They're silent, guys. I did it. I did it.
I was a little shocked.
Shut up,
So I don't know what this book is about. I don't think I care what this book is about because the cover is pretty damn cool.
Yes, sir.
And it does tell a story. There are doll parts in the background. I dig the fact that like it's not like her clothes is baggy, like her sweater. I dig that. Like it is very traditional. The flowers, the petals, the stuff like that, for in the sense of like a Japanese art. I even dig the imperfections of it. Like there's stuff that I'm like, what the hell is all this going on here? But it all fits, and it all works. I like the slight pink, slight grayish coloring around it as well. It's not overdone. It's not overly bright. So, oh God, it feels like it's a Japanese painting, like you said.
Yep.
So that really works. And I swear, when I was looking through these books, this caught my eye, and that Doom cover caught my eye, and there's a couple other ones, and I was like, these are the books that people are going to be talking about this week, regardless of what's inside the book. So I can't wait to know what this book is about.
It's like Derek saying it's a wild read. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's done other covers for this that we've missed. Well, I got to check them out now. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, for a 1 in 10, I wouldn't be surprised if this sells out, because
she's Italian too. Vecchio, that's Italian all the way, man. Doing some Asian art. Like it.
Luna.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought we wanted to finish with a banger. So
Luana Vecchio.
Well, you picked correctly, sir, and I think I surprised you by liking it so much.
Yeah, yes. I'm still a little speechless.
See, I've said this before, though. Like, it isn't that I hate certain styles per se. I think it just takes a lot more for certain styles to hit for me. And when they're good, they're good. I own some Peach Momoko. I own some of my favorites from her. I've got a couple really good ones that I think are great covers. I think she's also got a ton of fucking trash. I've said it about Rose Besh too. I love that freaking sneaker cover, that silk cover. I think it's brilliant, that thing. But there are other covers from her that I think are literal fucking kindling. So
it just sucks that they have it within them to make great art, but because they do so many covers, it just gets thrown out the door like 95% of the time.
Well, I get it. You know, they gotta pay bills, right?
Yeah. No, I get it, but I would wish there was a little bit more better covers, or at least more artistic covers that everyone else would like everyone would like, instead of just her fans.
True.
Yeah, that's true. Also, I was basing it, if I get the ratio wrong, it's because I was basing it in Midtown. Midtown doesn't tell you the ratio, so I just looked at the price. So if I put 1 in 10, because I actually was selling under $25.
Whoa, the 1 in 25 was going for $13 for the Nightwing?
Probably not now. Not if it's sold out.
Well, yeah. So if it's a 1 in 25, it was Midtown was selling it for $13.50, and it sold out, obviously. So
DC has some bad incentive covers. That was not a bad incentive cover.
Nope.
Okay.
And that was our final cover of the night.
Sweet.
Thank you guys for participating, and thank you for the chat on those covers. So, Mike, what's going on with Cover Fire?
There is not one this week. I'm really sorry, but I did have one last week. So if you want to go check that out, by all means, although probably a little late to do that now. Just been with everyone sick this weekend in my house. I did not have time to even begin it. So there's no way I could cobble it together tonight. So I am sorry, but there should be one next week. I'm going to try and do them moving forward. Things are getting a little quieter around here as long as everyone stays healthy. So, but by all means, go over there and check out old issues of it, or my just shy of 300 issues of Cover Tunes, which is over there on CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com, where everything is free, because we love to do this shit because we're nerds.
I call you a
I think
slacker.
people will forgive you for doing daddy duties, you know.
Yeah, I just had to take care of everybody. Wife too. Everybody was sick, so
that could be daddy duties.
Terry, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. Like, it's starting to look like I don't like writing this article. I love it. Like, the weeks where I actually get to sit down and write it, I really do enjoy it, and I love engaging with anyone who comments, and it's really fun for me. So it is not a chore. I want to be able to get to it when I can enjoy it, and not just rush one together, because then it's going to feel like I hate it. I don't want it to become a job. It's not a job. I don't get paid for it, so I'm not going to treat it like one.
No, and you have more respect for your work and the people who read it, so you don't want to waste their time if you're just going to half-ass it. So
no, right, exactly. I really don't want to do that to anybody, including myself.
All right, you want to help me there, Jeff, with the
I got you. I think I remember how to do this. All right, we'll give a shout out to our sponsors again. Of course, if you use the code Nerdvana14 for 30 days, you can get unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. It's a great tool to have. And I'm gonna stop it there. And then if you go to our friends over at Bird City Comics, you notice, if you've been following them on IG, you see that they're spitting out some store exclusives that are pretty darn cool. You can get 10% off those covers by typing the code TNH10. And they have other stuff as well. They have other books for sale. They have toys sometimes, and yeah, go check them out. And then if you go to our pal at displaygeek.com, you can get 10% off your first purchase by typing the code Team Nerdherd. Get yourself some protectors for your Funko Pops, your action figures, your video games, even for your cards, I think, by now. And so, yeah, go check him out. He has a lot of great stuff there. And I also have these storage for Funko Pops, and they're very easy to put together and pretty sturdy, surprisingly, for cardboard. So go check those out as well.
Alrighty then. I just want to say thanks to the chat for hanging out with us live. That was awesome. And for all the folks watching on the rewind, thank you for watching. I know quite a bit of you guys watching on the rewind. Like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully, remember there's tons of programs here on Near Nirvana on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and we'll probably do one on Saturday.
Are you sure you're not going to be up here?
No. What's over there this weekend? The Nearman Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, wait, you don't have a table?
I never signed up or nothing.
Oh, okay. I didn't sign up for a table either.
Oh. Yeah. So I just, it was too late. So I didn't want to bug dude. And
I have to work, so I don't get a choice.
Yeah. Man, maybe if I go up there just to.
Oh man, there's a fire Panosian, right? What is that? Oh, it's
exclusive. There were some really good
Midtown exclusive.
There were some really good A covers that I saw for some books. So I mean,
yeah.
Look, you don't have to spend extra money incentive wise and to get a good cover.
Damn, sorry I'm not doing cover fire this week, ladies and gentlemen. I think I actually let you down because there's a couple of good ones.
Yeah, the cover A's and cover B's and C's are pretty good this week as well. There's a lot of good art this week. So check out your local comic book shop.
Yeah,
go support your
some good stuff.
All right. Let me get myself situated because I got to press bye-bye button. So if you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for life.